Hey guys, today I wanted to try out another new makeup look. We're gonna do YEJI's look from their comeback teaser since the comeback is coming out tonight / tomorrow morning, my time. Yeah, I just thought this looked pretty iconic, so we're gonna go for it with the little blue star in the corner and everything. Okay, so the beginning part's gonna be pretty simple and not exciting, like priming, that sort of thing. You can't tell I tend to be a little rough with my application. People say like, be gentle when you're applying makeup or taking it off or whatever, and then there's me just pounding on my face. And then I'll set that with any pale shade, so I'm just going into my Anastasia Sultry palette here and sweeping that from the center out to make sure my concealer stays in place before I add more on top. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the actual eyeshadow, and it looks here like it's kind of a light brown base with some gold over top and like gold glitter it looks like, so I'm gonna do my best to try to replicate that. So I'm kind of debating between a few different shades here. Like I'm thinking maybe my VT palette to go into this one, or Sultry palette, I was thinking maybe this shade. I also have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, maybe like the yellow in this one. I'm really not sure like which one's the closest. And I feel like I want something with a bit of like a more yellowy tone, but still a little like tiny bit deeper, so I'm gonna probably go into the Sultry palette again. Alright, so I'm gonna take a packing brush and go into the shade Birch over here. This is a Morphe brush. And we're just gonna pack that over the eyelid. Don't you love the cute face that happens when I do that? The real attractive. Okay, so here's it lightly packed over my lid, and it actually turned out a little more like browny than yellowy, like not quite what I was hoping, so I will top it off with a bit of golden ochre from my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Yeah, see, that's better. It's already kind of fixing it. Okay, now I'm going to take this little round fluffy brush and go back into that shade and kind of blend it upward into my crease some more. And then on YEJI's eye, it looks like it's winged out a little bit to like meet the star. So I'm gonna slightly wing it out. This is like super subtle, but slightly there. Okay, I will be like cleaning that up later, but this is the process for now, so we'll just do that on the other side. Okay, base is down, and now it looks like she has this gold glitter, right? So I can't quite tell if there's like shimmery eyeshadow there or if it's just straight glitter, so I think I'm gonna go for both. I'll do a very light layer of like a shimmery gold, and then I'll try to go in with some glitter over top. So I'm gonna go back in with Anastasia and take Primavera here and just dab that onto my lid with my finger. The face again. Okay, now, so I don't have actual loose eye glitter, but I have glitter liners, and this one is wrapped in duct tape because the lid broke and I'm trying to like make sure it doesn't dry up. And there goes my phone. But yeah, so new system here. I'm gonna try and use this as loose glitter by like dabbing it with like my finger or a brush or something to try and get as close as I can to glitter. Yeah, see what happened to this guy? Ooh, I don't even know how, I don't understand, but we're gonna put some of that on my arm, or hand. I really just tried to twist that knowing it's broken. Well done. I think I'm gonna just try with my finger first, and if that looks bad, we're gonna go in with a brush. Let's see. There's not a lot stick in there. That. I don't want to go like too in either. Ooh, that's really pretty. Yeah, I've never done this type of thing before. It's my first time trying to like put glitter all over my eyelid. I've literally never tried like actual glitter on my eyes aside from like lines. So this is a new experience. A little like tightening because like I don't think this is technically the intended use for this, but it works. I think I got a bit of glitter up where I don't want it, so I'm gonna try and just scrape a bit away up here. Yeah, I feel like at this point we've gone like a little past this look because I think it was a like tiny bit more natural in here, but that's okay, we're adjusting it as we go. So the next thing I'm gonna do is draw the star. Like I'm debating whether to like put the concealer on the inner part of my eye first and then draw it and then like draw the concealer around, or just draw the star and then put concealer, because I usually finish my top half before doing like the bottom with the concealer and stuff. But what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to draw the star and then do concealer later, but like very carefully and maybe with the help of a brush when we get to the star part. So okay, I just got a brand new thing for this. I got this Marin makeup palette, and this is technically, I think, whoops, good thing it's not powder. This palette, and it's actually, this brand is usually used for people who do like really extreme looks. Like this is like a face and body paint type thing, so like you can use it for like Halloween looks, or just if you're like a makeup artist in the sense of like doing like special effects makeup. But what I primarily wanted this for, and I've seen some people use it this way, is mostly for like eyeliner or like small eye details where I can like draw it on with different colors. And I got this palette specifically so I could mix the colors that I wanted. So I'm going to take this white and blue and try to mix them together to make that kind of light blue star that YEJI has on her eye. So this is water activated, so I'm going to be trying it for the very first time today. I'm so sad to like ruin it because it looks so perfect right now, and then like dipping into something for the first time just drives me mental, but we're gonna do it because we have to. Okay, so I'm gonna take this baby brush right here and dip it into some water and swirl it, and let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, we're getting some liner. So we're gonna take that, again, put it on my hand. I can't tell, like I don't know the right amount of water to use yet because it's my first time using this, but I'm just gonna play around and see what happens. So I'm gonna clean that off and then dip it into the white. We're gonna end up mixing them, so mix in the, can you see that? Hopefully, oh, slightly tinted blue, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna just mix it into there and start creating the color I want. Okay, it's kind of hard for me to tell right now like whether the consistency is good or it's like too watery or what, so I'm just gonna try and draw this star and wish me luck. I can't do like a super close zoom in of this because my face is gonna be right in the mirror, but let's just try it out. It looks like it's really hugging her eye here, so like the star is like partly her eyeliner and partly her under eyeliner as well. Let's go for it. The star is actually like kind of big if you really look at it. It's like almost the size of her eye. So hopefully I have some room for air. So we're back with the star and I'm like pretty happy with how it turned out. The thing is that like it looks different between like when my eyes are closed and open, because like see how it kind of stretches out when my eye is like more open, and then when it's normal it kind of like squishes like that. That's just the shape of my eye, not much I can do there, but like I tried to, you know, like make it look as good as possible in both, like when it's just sitting there and when I do this. Like you see how it moves around a lot, so I feel like it's really hard to get the star like to look proportional and like correct, you know, because also you can see like I had to follow the line of my eye here. Like that was a little bit tricky, but like I think it turned out all right for the first time, and I'm really happy with that palette because I feel like it painted on really nicely. You can control everything like color, wateriness, that type of thing, so I am impressed. The only concern I feel like I might have with this is the fact that it obviously isn't going to be waterproof. Like you get a bit of water on it, it's going to start like running because it's water-based makeup. That's like how you get it to paint. So like I feel like if my outer corner were to like tear up at all, maybe that would start dripping a bit, but I don't know, I haven't actually experienced it yet. Obviously it's my first time trying it, so we'll see. Okay, so now I'm gonna, actually I'll do my eyebrows first, and then we'll do the lower lash line. I just recently bought some new makeup, like that was included, and I bought an e.l.f. brow pencil because I've been using the Anastasia one, the Brow Wiz, for years now. I think this is like the second year I'm using it consistently, and I heard that this is a dupe and it's like less than half the price, so I was like, let's try it out, and it's really good. Like it's similar. I think the color is a little lighter than I'd hoped because my hair is like pretty dark brown, especially like the roots here, and like it looks lighter out here, like where, you know, it's less concentrated, and like that's what this color matches. But I felt like my Anastasia Brow Wiz was darker for the shade it was supposed to be. Like this is the darkest before black, and it's not like that dark. So that's my only slight issue with it, but honestly, like once it's all on my brow, it barely really makes a big difference, so it's not bad. You guys can get an idea of generally how I line my brow. Let me zoom in here. I do go over like where it normally is. Like, do you see the difference here of how it's like a little lighter? Normally I'd want it to like match with this, but with a bit of build-up it ends up alright. Okay, brow one done. Going back for the second. Okay, the brows are on, and because I use that lit up mirror and I'm also sitting in front of my big lights and stuff, my eyes start burning and watering about like halfway into my makeup usually, because that's when I'm focusing on my eyes and I'm like super close up, so that's always a fun game for me on a daily basis. Anywho, okay, let's hop into the lower lash line. So first I'm just gonna put some concealer. We're gonna use the sponge I normally use on the inner part. Well, this one doesn't have a star, so we'll be fine either way. But for this one, I'm gonna be very careful around the star and use a little brush instead of just the sponge. So inner half, and then we'll move on in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my concealer on that same little brush as before. I'm gonna dip into a tiny bit of that, and I'm just gonna line around the star. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so now it seems like the lower lash line is really tight lined with that same light brown from before. And then it's even in her inner corner, which I don't think I've ever put like the shade that's like on my eyelid. Like usually I highlight my inner corner. I've never just put like other eyeshadow there. It looks like maybe she has a tiny bit of gold highlight in the middle there too. But yeah, I'm gonna try that out for the first time and see how it looks on my eyes. This is gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna go straight in with the yellowish one from this palette. Yeah, this is definitely a different experience from how I normally do my makeup, but that's kind of what I found fun about it too. I'm gonna get like really close to my lash line with this shade. And just... yeah, that seems about right. And I'll just do that on the other side. And now I guess I'll put it in my inner corner, which is gonna be new, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna use another little brush for this and put that in my inner corner. Looks like it goes kind of below too. Okay, and then in that, I'm actually going to do the tiniest bit of gold. I'll do that with the shade I usually highlight with from this Tarte palette. Dip like the tiniest bit and right in the very inner corner right here. Not sure if that's going to make any difference whatsoever, but we're doing it. And then it almost looks like the eyeshadow extends a little bit below her aiguille, which I don't think we have a word for that in English, or if we do, I've never heard about it or been able to find out a translation, but it's like that part under your eye. But like, I don't have that kind of like bag under my eye. It's kind of like I have the line here, but it doesn't like puff out at all because my eye shape's different. But I'm gonna try and like run it just along that little crease that I have, like the slightest bit, because like certain things I just can't really replicate in the same way, but I can try and get relatively similar. I'm gonna do this like the tiniest bit, like very lightly, and just run it along my crease here, like a little below my eye. Yeah, see, like it's very subtle, but like I followed this natural line here on my eye. Okay, and now time for the face makeup. So I actually just took a little break to help my mom with some baking. And there were cherries involved, and now my shirt looks like a Stitch murder scene, so that's cute. Time for foundation. So I'm gonna go with this Tarte Shape Tape foundation. This is the matte one. I actually just got this very recently, a couple weeks I want to say. This is also one of my new makeup products. And yeah, I pretty much have only ever used Tarte foundation, but this specific formula is new to me. I usually used not the matte, but I don't remember what it's called. But the other one from that same line. So fun fact, I actually do not put foundation on my forehead, like ever, almost, unless it's like some very formal event or something. I never put foundation on my forehead because I don't have redness there like I do on the rest of my face. At least not really so much, and it ends up kind of blending. And I've actually never ever had anyone notice or point out the fact that I don't have foundation on my forehead. So there's that. It's also kind of like I have creases in my forehead already. I feel like that's because like my face, like I do a lot of like expressions, like I'll have my eyebrows like this or like this, like I raise them a lot, so I think that's where that came from. So like honestly, if I put foundation there, it just accentuates it and starts like creasing and stuff and makes it look worse. Like I feel like where I don't need foundation, I would rather not use it. So yeah, I've always just not. But as you could tell, practically the rest of my face is quite red. So usually cover that up. Okay, and then we're gonna contour again. Like almost everything is Tarte. It's crazy. It's because like since I started using makeup, my mom would always buy me Tarte because it was natural. Like she's into like buying more natural products and stuff that, you know, doesn't have as many toxic chemicals. So she'd always buy me Tarte for that, and like I ended up really loving the brand and using most of their stuff. And I mean, it's like really famously known for certain things, like especially the Shape Tape concealer. That's been a thing for years and a lot of people still swear by it, and I am one of those people. Okay, now highlight. See, not highlighting my eyes right now feels really weird. Normally I would do like the inner corner and the brow bone, but I'm just gonna leave it for today's look because YEJI does not appear to have that. Okay, final step, we have the lips. So I'm gonna combine a couple things here, which I don't normally do, but I don't have anything that looks exactly like her lip color here, so I'm gonna try and kind of make something. So I'm gonna take this Gabrielle lipstick in the shade Rosewood, and we're gonna do that first. Then we're gonna go with this VTX BTS lip tint type of product. I forgot the exact name, and it's in the shade Awesome. We're just gonna put that in the very inner part of my lip and kind of blend that out. Like that, and there we have it, lips. Let me zoom in a little bit to the look. Okay, and now mascara. Can you guess what brand I'm gonna use? Never. I'm really trying to keep a decent face here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and change into something a little bit nicer, and that'll be it for the video. Okay, here we are, dressed up in an attempt to kind of copy her outfit. I don't have anything with like rainbow sequins like this, or it almost even looks like tinsel in the up close pictures. So nothing quite like that, but I tried to get somewhat close with what I could find. I kind of raided my mom's closet for these things, but yeah, we've got a thing going here, and I think I was looking up at my viewfinder the whole time instead of the camera, so I apologize for that in the recent clips, but yeah, here's the look. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like, you can follow me on Instagram at Alice on the Internet, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!